Everybody come in, everybody to the party. We're online, online, we're online.
Step into the night where all the stars are bright. We're back again to do this, and we're gonna do it right.
Something wild's in the air.
I just know it.
Now we're moving quicker, keeping on track. And once we hit the scene, there's no turning back. Gonna bring that feeling, gonna feel the heat. Online is in town and we can't believe we come alive under the neon glow. It's the party of a lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? It's the party of your lifetime.
Now that you can see, there ain't no stopping me. The city's on 11, it's 2003. Something big is coming, but it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Neon lights flicker, DJ spins the track.
Boys are in sync and there's no turning back.
Now that you're invested, we're turning up the heat. Everybody sing together on the 1, 2, 3. We come alive under the neon glow. Everybody, it's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? It's the party of your lifetime.
Floating higher as the stars align. Here on the edge of 1999. All systems on in this moment like you never know.
Join us, embrace us, don't ever erase us. 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 Stop! Online's in the house to bring the party of your lifetime. We come alive, under the neon glow. It's the party of your lifetime. The signal's strong, can you feel it in the flow? We come to life, we come to life on the floor. This feeling's all we came for. The beat is strong,
We can feel it in the flow.
it's the party of your lifetime. Party of your lifetime. The party of your lifetime. Everybody come in, everybody to the party. We're online, online, we're online.
Step into the night where all the stars are bright. We're back again to do this, and we're gonna do it right.
Something wild's in the air.
I just know it.
Now we're moving quicker, keeping on track. And once we hit the scene, there's no turning back. Gonna bring that feeling, gonna feel the heat. Online is in town and we can't believe we come alive under the neon glow.
Sorry, chat. It's okay. Hold on. I need to mute my stream now. Have no some trains. Good news. Hopefully, I started looking at when I forgot to swap scenes. Was what Festiva put in Akko's thing. We will look at that. Honestly, I do want to take a gander at this before we get into our primary topic. Maybe. Assassin's Creed Shadows is having a funny one. Can I hold on? Okay, okay, good. You guys can hear me. Because I can hear me. Awesome. Hi chat, how we doing? So, for anyone who doesn't know, ever since last stream, so last week I had to cancel my stream for Saturday because I had to go on a job. That same day, I got a laptop that is intended to be my streaming computer. Great. If my mic sounds different today, it is because I unplugged my capture card. I want to clarify. Capture card. I unplugged it from my main computer and plugged it into my laptop. When I unplugged my capture card, all my other USB devices stopped working, and my computer gave me a warning saying there's not enough power going to my other USB ports on the motherboard. I removed something and lost power. I plugged it back in and gained power. Magic. And things are definitely borked on my end. But So we'll work on it. I'm debating wiping and reloading my desktop again this starting Monday. We'll see, but I kind of want to have like a fresh start because things are broken and I could do some cable management and really maybe get this set up. So we'll see. Otherwise, I have another solution for dual streaming. It wasn't the intended solution, but it might work, but I still need to do some tuning. So we'll see. Otherwise, how are we doing, chat? Technology has it work? A little different sounding, but you have to say it for me to notice. Okay, well, that's good. I finally got to the end of the Hex, and I guess I have to get rank 5 for the good end, and then I'm off to Tech Rot. Sorry about the chat. Anyway, yes. So I have yet to do Tech Rot. I've honestly been playing Final Fantasy 14 again. Because I've gotten in that mood for Final 14 again, which is specifically, we're actually going to do another drama, quote unquote, drama video before we actually play. It's going to be about Final Fantasy 14 specifically, because I almost recorded the video, like specifically recorded the video last night about it, and then I didn't. So we're going to do it today instead. Temp, you did it good for once to check. I did check stream sessions. I was actually reading that, which is why when I didn't swap over when the timer had run out, I was actually looking at that. I actually have that up on my screen right now, and we're gonna look at that first before anything else. But yeah, as far as sound is concerned, I'm glad at least it sounds decent. It's not the best as it was, but things are borked. At least it's working. I appreciate the fact it is working. Otherwise. Okay. Yeah. We're not gonna do this. This is for a bit. We're gonna look into this in a few minutes. But we are going to look at this real quick. Honestly, video games can no longer use virtual currencies to disguise the price of the in-game purchases in European Union. Commission and national authorities have taken point to protect children from harmful practices in video games. They will find ways around this. I am sorry to say there will be ways to go around this. Okay. Commission and national authorities take action to protect children from harmful practices in video games. Coordinated by the European Commission, the Consumer Protection Cooperation Network (CPC) has launched an enforcement action against Star Stable Entertainment AB to ensure a safer, more transparent experience for players of the Star Stable online game. In addition, the CPC network is presenting today key principles to help the gaming industry comply with the EU consumer protection rules related to in-game virtual currencies. Coordinated enforcement action against Star Stable Entertainment AB following the complaint by the Swedish Consumer Association, the CPC network. Coordinated by the Commission, has launched a coordinated action requesting Star Stable Entertainment AB to provide information on commercial practices that children might encounter in their games, or their games specifically. Star Stable Online, the CPC network's assessment on the reply provided by the companies identified a number of practices that violate EU consumer protection legislation and that could be particularly harmful to children. What's going to happen is V-Bucks go get slapped, then work around, and that's probably yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. And gotchas are going nowhere. Gotchas are they're ingrained in gaming society now. That's not happening. That's not changing. They will find ways around it. I also have the Helminth with a story reward now. I have to grind Deimos again. Good thing I have. Yeah. So there is a reward for the Helminth and a reward so in Deimos and then again in Laboratory for that. Anyway, direct appeals to children advertisements urge them to buy or persuade adults to buy for them in-game currency or items. The use of pressuring techniques such as purchase through time-limited practices to unduly influence children to purchase in-game virtual currency or in-game content. That's good, but they will still find ways around this. A lack of clear and transparent information adapted to children about buying and using in-game virtual currency, leading consumers to spend more than they intend to. We replace casinos with gotcha video games. Exactly. Also, with so many ways around to work around national borders for the consumer too, some companies will probably just go, yeah, exactly. And this is the European Commission. This isn't the EU. This is not like I honestly, I'm going to be pessimistic and don't think this is going to change anything, but we'll see. For gotchas, it'll probably just separate free currency and paid currency like, oh yeah, exactly. Okay. And failure to disclose by the company to ensure that the influencers promoting their products clearly disclose commercial content and do not unduly influence children with their marketing techniques. Star Stable Entertainment AB has now 1 month to provide a written response addressing the issues highlighted in the CPC's network common position and to propose commitments to remedy them. With this action, the CPC network emphasizes the need for video games and their commercial practices to be adapted to children and to not exploit their vulnerabilities. Key principles for a trustworthy online gaming environment. Well, that's your problem. Trustworthy online gaming environment. That's your problem right there. The CPC network, coordinated by the European Commission, is publishing a set of guidelines today to promote transparency and fairness in the online gaming industries to use virtual currencies. The key principles outline the minimum requirements for the purchase and use of virtual currencies, including clear and transparent pricing and pre-contractual information. Yeah, that's nice. I do like that. That one's nice. Avoiding practices hiding the costs of in-game digital content and services as well. Good. And practices enforcing consumers for good. Respect of consumers' right of withdrawal and respecting consumers' vulnerabilities, in particular when it comes to children. Yeah, I don't see a problem with these, but again, will it actually do anything? No. The key principles published today address concerns raised by the European Consumer Organization, BIOC. They help create a safer, more transparent experience for players. The European Commission will be hosting a workshop where gaming companies operating in the EU will be encouraged to present concrete steps they will take to implement these key principles. The CPC network will monitor progress and may take further actions if harmful practices continue. The key principles and the common position are based on the existing general rules of EU consumer law directives that apply to digital services and digital content provided to consumers, including video games. The Commission will continue to examine these topics in the context of forthcoming consultations on the Digital Fairness Act. The CPC network is formed. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, on paper, it sounds good, but we'll see what they actually do. I'm interested to see where it goes, but, you know. Didn't Netherlands successfully get rid of loot boxes a couple years back? They did, and loot boxes, I know, are making a return in some shape or form. So we shall see. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do we want to go over the Final Fantasy? You know what? Hold on. Raise my desk. Raise my desk. We're gonna stand up for this just because that way I can focus on this. Why is that not? Hold on. It appeared in there, but it didn't appear on OBS. That's weird. Anyway. Lower my desk a little bit more. All right. I thought loot boxes were gone for good. No. I think Overwatch is bringing them back. League of Legends took them away and then promptly returned them. Probably to take them away for, again, eventually. Who the fuck is asking for that shit? Exactly. No, yeah. Fancy. It is a standing desk. It is a standing desk. It's a little too thick for my liking, but it has a drawer, so that's a, you know. Anyway, we're gonna close that. Close that. Minimize that. Minimize that. All right. So, chat, who wants to hear about the Final Fantasy 14 drama? Because we got some stuff. I do want to clarify, I had already intended to talk about this article, so the state of Final Fantasy 14 in 2025. It's in a weird spot, and this is by PC Gamer. I wanted to make a video about this, but I contemplated not doing this. And then I saw this post by VMimi33, and I really wanted to talk about it once I saw their post about this. For context, for chat, I am recording this right now, so hopefully this will go up soon. Otherwise, let's get into it. Remember to like the stream, guys. Please remember to like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Lingering snags from Endwalker has left Dawn Trail's early months feeling a bit strange, but the road ahead looks brighter. Oh God. Hold on. Whoa. Oh God. That's weird. Hold on. Anyway, we're fine. We're fine. We'll make it work. Make it work. Final Fantasy 14 is one of my favorite video games and has been for the better part of a decade now. But when I try and get a vibe check on where the game is, at, the one word that constantly pops in my head is strange. It's in a rather odd spot right now, isn't it? It's a game that's floating in a weird limbo state, shackled to an aging design and a sluggish patch cadence. Their patch cadence is the exact same it has been for several years. Nothing has changed. While Final Fantasy 14 exists only through the context of negative press, yeah. Yeah, the patch cadence hasn't changed, buddy. At all. It had a moments of funkiness during COVID. But you know what? Fine. Despite promising some very cool things on the horizon, things that by the time they actually release, I fear may arrive too late. Again, it's their usual release cadence. Nothing changes. You impatient, content-hungry. And Anyway, but I don't want to go all doom and gloom immediately. And in months since Harvey Randall took a look at the state of the game last year, okay, a lot of stuff has happened. It's a tale of two halves, one before Dawn Trail's release and the aftermath of one of the lowest rated expansions the MMO has seen to date. So let's take a look, shall we? Endwalker finished to relatively little fanfare. Bull. Bullshit. For the most part, the first 6 months of 2024 were awfully quiet. We had the final patches of Endwalker and the introduction of Wook Lamont. I want to clarify here. When we first saw Wook Lamont at the end of Endwalker, she was fine. She wasn't annoying. She had her quirkiness, but that was the introduction of a new character, and they wanted us to kind of get her quirkiness. They wanted us to understand what kind of character she was. Cool. I had no problem with that. We'll get to her eventually. Remember, you never hate journalists enough. Exactly. Folks were relatively excited for the groundwork patch 6.55 laid down for Dawn Trail, and our new Hrothgar gal was mostly well received after her initial debut. That will change, but like I said, we'll get to that. But aside from our new furry friend, the patch stories came as they went, in quite a muted fashion. Despite the main story wowing on release, that feeling slowly shrank into a bit of a shrug and I actually quite liked the introduction of Zero, the Reaper avatar from her longtime frenemy Xenos, but her story was very much a bottleneck episode. The point of the patch quests, the MSQ for the Endwalker patches, was to finish off the Final Fantasy IV story. The end of Endwalker was to finish the main story arc that they set up in A Realm Reborn. This, the patch cycle quests, the MSQ, for 7.1 through, sorry, not 7.1, 6.1 through 6.55 was to set up, sorry, let me rephrase that. 6.1 to 6.5, or more specifically 6.4, was to finish off the Final Fantasy IV part of the story within the context of the already existing 14 story, while also leading into what would be the new story arc. Again, Zero was meant to be basically Kain. If anyone's played Final Fantasy IV, you would know he started out as a Dark Knight and became a Paladin. Part of the story is Golbez and Zeramis. They're both bosses in the patch cycle. The whole patch cycle is proper Final Fantasy IV. So, okay, whatever. It wasn't a ball episode. It was to clear up loose ends before moving on to a completely different story arc. But I digress. She wasn't unpopular, but the relative disconnect between the narrative's past and future left the whole thing in a bit of a gray area, ultimately standing on its own, but not exactly standing out. Relic weapons wrapped up without much fuss too, due to how easy they were to complete. Check a few tomestones, which you get just for doing all your normal stuff, and a vendor, and voila, you have a weapon. Look, I will not deny that the relic weapons for the patch cycles were not great. They look great, but they weren't great. Endwalker was also by far the easiest expansion for obtaining a relic weapon. You just went over that. Literally just went over that. The biggest barrier to entry being the fact that you had to play through the entire Manderville questline, which has been going since The Realm Reborn. In order to unlock them, is weapons' ease of access a good thing? I guess it depends on who you ask, but the resounding feedback seemed to be that people missed having some sort of grinder challenge to tackle through the expansion's patches. Don't worry, they fixed that because the relics for Dawn Trail are going to be tied through the new Eureka and Baja-like content. Did Endwalker become Final Fantasy XIV's the equivalent to Marvel's Endgame? Yes, it did. Very much so. Which is why people are having a bit of a hard time, or at least this journalist is having a bit of a hard time trying to go through the fact of like, oh, this is that. Yeah, because Endwalker ended to the end of the whole light and dark story. And the patch story was like, here's a really good way to put it. If you want to like look into like Marvel as an example, it was the WandaVision of that. Like Zero was the main character. Because Zero was 14's equivalent of Kane. Not Kane, Cecil. I meant Cecil earlier, but anyway, and well, yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, Endwalker wasn't exactly the huge dramatic buildup of expansions past, but we knew that. Dawn Trail is the beginning of a new narrative arc, one with a greater focus on exploring new areas and cultures rather than world-ending threats. Did it live up to a decade of meticulous world building and character development? As of right now, no, but again, as you literally just said, Dawn Trail is the beginning of a new narrative arc. This is something that people can't seem to grasp. When they say the story sucks, don't get me wrong, I think Dawn Trail's story is kind of a stinker. It's not the greatest, it's not bad, but it's not great either. But again, it's the start of a new story arc. Let them have the time. It's the first expansion post Endwalker. Speak with Wook Lamont. The short answer is not really. Not right now, anyway. Live services that hit a termination point usually fail with supplementary content afterwards, D2 for example. Exactly. And Yoshi P, the director of Final Fantasy XIV, has already come out and said they have the next few years planned. It's just we have to let them get there. They understand our problems with Dawn Trail. But instead, we need to sit and wait for them to, get through it. So a mediocre, normal for an MMORPG. Exactly. Anyway, Dawn Trail launched at the end of June, so June 2024, for those who don't know, to middling reviews. Resident lore enjoyer Harvey Randall lamented that the expansion contained a great story with a ton of potential, but it's told so poorly that it ruins the whole thing. That was a kinder assessment than what I most gave it to. Danella Lucas gave Dawn Trail a score of 80 in a review, but don't care because I don't trust anyone's opinions about that. Not tragic by any means, but also the lowest score PC Gamer has given out of the MMO's 5 expansions, with the second lowest expansion being Heavensward 87, the only part of Final Fantasy XIV to actually rank lower. Apart from its paltry original 2010 release, of course, was A Realm Reborn, which was awarded a 79. Let them cook. Oh, exactly. And this is the thing, too, is a lot of Bungie's devs have either been fired or let go for scandals. A lot of Square's, or at least the Final Fantasy XIV team, remains. And a common thing that people noticed with Dawn Trail, the lead writer for Dawn Trail was the guy in charge of the story, or the MSQ, for Baja. Anyone here who has played Final Fantasy XIV and has done Baja knows that story was fantastic, but that story was entirely shit hitting the fan from go. When Dawn Trail hit the moments of the shit hitting the fan is when the story really picked up the pace. The problem was getting there, and that's what their problem was. Oh, and Wook Lamont. I won't deny Wook Lamont is a problem. No, I'm not saying our reviews are the be-all and end-all of this game. Good. But it's a good brief overview of where the expansion has landed compared to its predecessors. The mixed reception has come almost entirely down to its narrative, with a sluggish story and characters overstaying their welcome being cited as some of the biggest issues Dawn Trail faced at launch. Marvel also didn't maintain their talent after Endgame. You might be onto something. Exactly. And I want to clarify something. Shadowbringers and Endwalker, the 2 prior expansions to 14, had the lead writer for the Dark Knight and Ninja Quest lines, which people loved. Those are among some of the most beloved class quests in the entire game. Where did she go? Dawn Trail. Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16, she was the lead writer for 16, which means they needed a different writer for Dawn Trail. So if you really want to blame anything for Dawn Trail, maybe blame 16. But I'm also okay with letting other writers have a go. I have no problem with that. It is not like these writers haven't worked with 14 before. They know the mythos, but sometimes you can have a fumble. And I would say that Dawn Trail has a fumble. The overall content for Dawn Trail has been fantastic. But the MSQ, I would say, is just, it kind of flounders. It's not great, but it's, you know, I've played much worse stories in Starfield. It's essentially a Realm Reborn all over again, having to lay the groundwork and reestablish the stakes that will inevitably grow and evolve over the next several years. Except the game is already dealing with over 10 years of narrative baggage. It's never going to be easy to do something like that. Capture the feeling of new adventure in a game folks have spent thousands of hours into at this point. But the Square Enix seemed to miss the mark by a mile. While there was a multitude of issues, one name kept popping up across forum posts, Reddit threads, and a slew of negative Steam reviews. Wook Lamont. Yeah, remember our adorable Hrothgal from Endwalker's final patch? Anyone who's played even a few of Dawn Trail's quests will certainly remember her, because she's everywhere. She's stitched into every single narrative beat within the expansion, and we're just there to stand in the background and quietly nod as the story moves along with her. Her unrelenting presence has, to say the least, not gone down well with players. Videos, reviews, and discussion posts criticizing her and the narrative surrounding has permeated Dawn Trail's early weeks. She was only introduced to the game less than a year ago, and yet a recent analysis found that she ranked 3rd for most dialogue across every single expansion, only beaten up by the twins, Alphino and Alize, who've been present since the very beginning. Did they have an article for this? They do! Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, this is the script analysis top 14 characters by lines by Rise Narukami. So, look at the difference between Aaronville. So the top 3 characters, that's not working, were Wook Lamont, Aaronville, and Cryle. Count of lines for Wook Lamont, 2,760. For Aaronville, 652. For Cryle, 742. Count of words for Wook Lamont, 35,019. For Aaronville was 14,135, and Cryle was 9,490. Rather big jump. Before it's over, I'll capture your heart. Criticisms around Dawn Trail's story have stood in stark contrast to the reception to the expansion's actual playable content. Dungeons and raids have felt like a return to form for Square Enix, and players have pointed out how much better and crucially more challenging they feel compared to what we had in Endwalker. Healers were healing again, mechanics were catching people out, players were wiping the dungeon bosses. It's all basic stuff, sure, but it's something that had been sorely missed. The trivialization of Endwalker's fights is something the game's own battle designer admits the team went a little far on. A lack of any downtime for melee jobs took away from any real strategizing or planning they had to do. And what should have been hard-hitting raid wides and tank busters felt more like tickles for healers. Dawn Trail's 8-player Arcadian raids have also been well received. While it's widely acknowledged that the Savage versions are perhaps some of the game's easiest fights, they're incredibly dynamic, unique from each other, and experiment with mechanics like Honeybee Lovely's slightly looser approach, with things like the heart meter and randomized tethers that have caught me out on more than one occasion. Each fight having its own unique song, something which isn't afforded to every raid in this game, as well as the voice-acted segments with the boss, as well as commentary, as you're canonically engaging in these fights as a form of entertainment like boxing or MMA. Brings so much life to these fights. In terms of spectacle, they blow Endwalker's Pandemonium series out of the water. Return to form, that statement glows. It does. Not gonna lie, this is kind of the normal situation, one main character, two supporting than the rest. The major problem people had with Dawn Trail was Wook Lamont was the main character, and our Warrior of Light, our character, the character you spent in the character creator, the character that you played from beginning to end, was a side character. And while some people felt okay with that to a degree, it should have swapped near the end of, like, you know, once the shit hit the fan, the main character should have no longer been Wook Lamont. It should have been the Warrior of Light. And it wasn't. It was still Wook Lamont from beginning to end. And it really hurt the final boss. There's also the first ultimate of the expansion, Futures Unwritten, which has gone down a treat with hardcore folks. It certainly helps that it's based on Shadowbringer's Eden raids, probably the most beloved in the game, but it mercifully toned down the difficulty somewhat from the nail-biting Omega Protocol Ultimate of last expansion, bringing a balance of theatrics and execution that my Ultimate rating pals have really enjoyed. Yeah, that crap is like, exactly. Like, I understand that problem. I had a problem with it. That's all stuff we've seen before, though. But Dawntrail has introduced a brand new flavor of battle content in its 24-player chaotic raid, meant to sit somewhere between an extreme trial and the first couple of savage raids in terms of difficulty. The chaotic raid has taken the final fight of A Realm Reborn's World of Darkness Alliance raid and turned it into its own, more difficult encounter. The reaction has been mixed. Personally, I've had a great time with the fight, but relatively easy to learn mechanics and a balance between personal responsibility and wider checks to make sure the team is synergizing. But there are also pretty valid complaints to be had. There's a strict body check in the fight that essentially requires all 24 players to be alive, lest you snowball into a pile of corpses a mechanic or two later. Yeah, I do appreciate that he's talking like he's done ultimates, he's done chaotic. Like I appreciate that. It's not just Cherno doing garbage. Like there is a level of thought to this. Body checks can be frustrating when you've only gotten 7 other folks to worry about, but having 23 other players to account for has caused friction in more than one party I've joined. I think a part of that is down to the fact that there's a pretty healthy mixture of casual players and more seasoned vets trying to take on this fight, and the divide between two sides is clear. Scouring the forums, I've seen more instances of fighting between the two playstyles than perhaps any previous expansion. I understand the frustration on both ends. Things are pretty dry on anything more casual players can do right now, with more of the early patches dedicated to getting more difficult fights out the door to appease the hardcore warriors of light. But I've seen folks calling for Square to never do another chaotic raid, and I simply couldn't disagree more. I think it's a great in-between difficulty with crucially decent rewards. Some fine-tuning, maybe in a little more balance towards personal responsibility, could see people taking to the fight much more, I feel. Give the author a shout. Great idea. Where are we right now? Okay, I know where we are. So this is Molly Taylor. Oh, I was wrong. I kept calling it him. Sorry. That's a female name. Sorry. Yeah, Molly Taylor. Actually, you know what? Actually, pretty good work here. Where were we? Here. A new coat of paint. So hey, that's most of the core gameplay parts of Dawn 2024 out of the way. But Dawntrail introduced something else too. A graphical update. The first major overhaul of its kind since A Realm Reborn in 2023. There were some teething issues, literally, but the game looks downright gorgeous thanks to it. Characters have been smartened up and look less crusty, and Square Enix has been going back and adding new set dressing to its earlier zones to breathe new life into them. It's something I sincerely hope continues as we get more patches. Personally, I've never thought the game looks downright horrible per se, but I'll never say no to some plucking and pruning here and there. Admittedly, the game does look absolutely phenomenal now, you know, for a game from 2013. Another thing to get a bit of the visual overhaul was the die system. We've gone from a measly single die channel to 2. 2, I tell you. The 2 die channels is pretty good. It's definitely been more valuable on certain items of gear than others. I don't think teeny tiny zips were the thing people were hoping to change. Square Enix, but it's opened up for way more creativity, which I'm always here for. So what's next? Here's where we are right now. A mess story, great battle content, but a continued content drought that has people growing and increasingly wary with the game. Because, and no offense to the incredible and hard work the folks over at Square Enix are doing, what we have right now simply hasn't been enough. We're almost 9 months into Dawntrail's release. My God. Oh God. With no steady grind to keep people like me coming back. Relic weapons are still a good couple of months away. For example, why am I waiting an entire year into the expansion that's halfway through its life cycle, by the by, specifically, to engage with a nice slow burn that I can tackle in a bite-sized chunks at my leisure? Compare that to World of Warcraft's most recent patch cadence, which Harvey actually went ahead and did, and came away shocked at just how slow Final Fantasy XIV has been in comparison. Dawn Trail also seems to be failing in the same trap so far. Most of its content has catered for more hardcore players. While the Chaotic Raid was a great bridge between casual and seasoned players, the only other alternative has been Ultimate and Savage raids. Great for some, not so great for others. Alpha will impact performance on lower quality hardware, but that's something to keep an eye out for. Might gate out some more poverty-stricken player base. Someone who doesn't want to ruin their coworkers' access to this language. I understand that though, but at the same time, like, you do have the free trial from A Realm Reborn all the way through Stormblood, so you have that gateway. And then when you start paying for like Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and Dawntrail, by that point you might start feeling a little more comfortable to get into higher end content. And there are ways, like, you could unsync, or you can sync older extremes, older savages, teams like a Party Finder. There are ways to kind of dip your toes into the water. So, but I'm hopeful for change on the horizon. Patch 7.2 is set to release later this month. Specifically, we have a date as of writing this, because it wasn't revealed at this point. Veteran Final Fantasy XIV players had speculated that the release date for patch 7.2 was going to be March 25th, and Square has flat out confirmed that now. It is March 25th, so this upcoming Tuesday is the release date for that. And yeah, bringing about the thing I've been wanting so desperately since Dawntrail launched, the large-scale field operation Occult Crescent. So for those who haven't played 14, Occult Crescent is a field operation where it's kind of like a separate zone entirely that throws you at different fates. Anyone who's played Destiny, fates are like public events. But you have to you grind with other players, you explore the zone, you have its own specifically zone leveling system. So that way everyone is on the same level, and then it will have its own specific raid or dungeon kind of thing that you can't queue into. Like, you have to actually do it in the zone to do it, with its own rewards. It's basically a separate game altogether. And because of that, both Eureka, which was the Stormblood field op, and Baja, which was the Shadowbringers field op, both of them had the relic system tied to it, so the relic weapons. And we're already being told, as of now, that that is also the case for Dawntrail, which is great. A big old instance map that actually chucks challenging overworld enemies at me, gives me something to grind out, and makes Final Fantasy XIV feel like an MMO, like the MMO I sometimes wish it was. It's finally something to chip away at slowly, rather than a thing you dip into for a couple months once a week, and all of a sudden you find yourself dreading those Tuesday resets. Yes, for me, I will be spending a lot of time in Occult Crescent, which I'm highly looking forward to. There's also Cosmic Exploration, the more casual lifestyle content akin to Heavensward, Ishgardian Restoration. Another thing to slowly tackle at my leisure, and something that'll break up all the hours I'm going to inevitably spend grinding. These are things people need, something to reel them in for small chunks of time every day or two to keep them engaged. Something that makes the drought feel a little less dry. Whether it's going to bang with the community is a different story, but God, I hope it does. Because if it doesn't, I worry it's going to be further cement the frustration that myself and many others are starting to build towards the game. I love Final Fantasy XIV, even in the times where the game makes it so hard to do so. And I'm desperately rooting for 2025 to be the year it can stand back on top as one of the MMOs I can't stop telling all my friends to play. I will never, right now, I will still never stop telling my friends to play it because I love the game. And yeah, so this is the writer. Good work. I actually do appreciate the article. It doesn't feel like just a piece for the sake of being a piece. So I appreciate that. But I specifically wanted to talk about this. So VMimi, and I'm not, if she does watch this, or if I'm not sure. If they want to watch this, I'm not attacking them. When I read this the first time, I agreed completely. Final Fantasy XIV isn't on a downfall. It's just not flavor of the month anymore, and people's honeymoon phase with the game is fading. Oh no, a hit tweet. I mostly post Final Fantasy XIV art and memes, so if you're grumpy about the game, maybe don't follow me. But to elaborate, the term downfall is not just really the right one for the situation. It's just a normal ebb and flow of player counts that any live service game has. Shadowbringers and Endwalker were extreme highs due to their insane replicable circumstances, so that's more pronounced than before. But the game is not getting worse, which is the difference between this and an actual downfall. I've been playing the game since 2015. I'm sure some have assumed I'm a Shadowbringers baby or something, and have at least dabbled in most of the content. It's not all perfect, but for an expansion that's in its 0.1 patch, Dawn Trail is doing much better than the last few. I'm glad this has resonated with a lot of people, but a hit tweet has me like, oh boy, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the game, and those that aren't right now, I hope you find something to do, whether it be in Final Fantasy XIV or otherwise. And then I saw this right before stream came out. I actually read down a little bit further and said, I find it funny that Dawn Trail has the potential to be the highest amounts of content in Stormblood in terms of variety. The majority of negativity I've seen is against MSQ, or just people being tired of the usual Final Fantasy XIV roadmap. Like, people will be eating good as time moves on. The devs, to some extent, pride themselves on their routine, and while I get that's not for everyone, in my opinion, it's the game's biggest strong point. I'd much rather have a regular routine than a haphazard mess of high highs and low lows. Right? The consistency is king, especially for an MMO. The fact we're able to predict that they release this patch legit the moment a PLL, or live letter, producer from the letter live, I think is the specific term, time gets announced as a blessing. People can plan their lives, do what they want, and know the content is going to be there. And I completely agree. While it is annoying, the kind of content, like we are in a content drought for Final Fantasy XIV right now. That's incredibly true. Also, I'm just gonna grab that. While it's incredibly true that we are in a content drought right now, we're only in a content drought because we've exhausted the content from the 0.1 patch, and now we're waiting for the 0.2 patch. Anyone who's actually played Final Fantasy XIV would know that Shadowbringers was running during the COVID era of time, so 2019 to 2021. For those who don't know, Final Fantasy XIV runs on a every other year. So as an example, Dawn Trail released in 2024, June 2024 specifically, or realistically July, like early July. So we won't be getting 8.0 or the next expansion until 2026, likely. Maybe I'm thinking probably like mid 2026. So to say like it had a pretty staggering like jump in player base because people were already staying at home. People were either working from home or just home all the time because of COVID. So they needed something to jump into, and Final Fantasy XIV was there. And then Endwalker came out. And that was during a time period when World of Warcraft was actively shitting the bed. There was a point that the Final Fantasy XIV players, and hell, even the World of Warcraft players, were calling the WoW Exodus. World of Warcraft shat the bed so hard that players were moving over to Final Fantasy XIV. I saw, like, Asmongold is a great example. I even saw that he didn't forever, but he at least sat down and played the game. So to say, like, oh, yeah, we had a massive jump in players. You did, because of the time period. But we're not in that time period anymore. World of Warcraft is doing better. We're not in COVID era anymore. And we've already surpassed the new arc. We're in a completely new storyline now. So people are going to start tapping out and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. It's time to move on. But, and I want to do this as an example. WoW is also under Blizzard as well. Exactly, they are. So, 2019, right here, June 2019. So this is when this is when Shadowbringers came out. And notice here the gain of 21,945 players, or a 114% increase in their player base. So like their peak, and now this is on Steam. I want to clarify, this is on Steam. There are two different PC versions. It is the base original Square Enix version, and then the version on Steam. But the fact that we had a player jump up from 19,255 to 41,200 in just that time period is quite honestly amazing. And then, we start entering COVID, and, here we are. Like, and right around now is the June 2021, July 2021. We're seeing 40,000, 67,000. We're in the release year for Endwalker at this point. In fact, right around this time, I believe, was when Endwalker was supposed to release. And they ended up delaying it till December. December 2021 was when Endwalker released. Look at that jump. 95,150 players. 52,717 player gain. That's a massive gain. And of course, it fell off. We're down. We're getting down to like 29,000, but it maintained. So now let's look at July. July was Dawn Trail. We're at 73,000 right now. And look at where we are now. Like, we're at 24,000. We're still above. Like, we're still above Shadowbringers. You're right here. Like, this was Shadowbringers. Like, we're still this was Shadowbringers. We're still above the Stormblood, like 19,000. Which is fantastic. So yes, the game is in a downfall right now. From either people wanting to leave because the story's not great, or lack of content. But these numbers are still fantastic for your everyday MMO. So I don't see the problem. Like, there is a difference between downfall and dying. And as Tapeworm said, kind of like how Destiny 2 isn't dead, it's just not the only dog in town now. I would say if Bungie kept their course, Destiny has a very good chance of dying. But the team at Square Enix, specifically Creative Business Group 3, which is Yoshi P's team, they know what they're doing. It's just let them have the time to deliver. We're only in the 0.1 patch of Dawn Trail. We're days out from the 0.2, and then we'll have Occult Crescent. We'll have Cosmic Exploration. Like, there's content planned from March through May. Like, we have a long period of time where it's going to just be content after content after content. Just let them play it out. I'm doing some tablecloth math, and they're still massively up overall. They are up something like 200% overall since 2020. Actually, it might be 300%. Exactly. So the game isn't dying. The game isn't going anywhere. It's people kind of bouncing out, people being done, people taking a break. I think that there's a quote from Yoshi P, or at least a what's the right way to say it? A concept that Yoshi P has said years ago, and said, if you're not feeling the game, or you're ready to tap out for a bit, tap out. Go play something else. The game will be here when you come back. The content will be here when you come back. In fact, Final Fantasy XIV has a wonderful system where, say, it's not a 1 month, but if you put, say, like 2 months or more into the game, and then you don't log in for a full month, they just put your other month on hold. It stops counting down your days. Your account is literally on hold till you log in next time. That's not going anywhere. They don't punish their players for taking a break. So the fact that we're still up 24,000, and very well could be in a situation where players are like, I'll just come back when Occult Crescent is a thing, or a Cosmic Exploration is a thing, or our Relics are a thing. We could see a jump in player base literally on the 25th. Yeah, the game is going to have problems. We have people like Drums being like, oh my god, Wooklamot's horrible. Don't get me wrong, Wooklamot's horrible, and the actor more specifically, I won't get into that. But the game is doing fantastic. Is it doing as well as normal? No. But the fact the usual player count for this was like, 65,000, 42,000, 29,000, 55,000, not 39, 37, 37, 56. And I want to point out these jumps in players. So like 55, 56, 47, like these were patch jumps. These were patch days. Or more specifically, patch months. That was every new like point something patch. Like as an example, like this was this was 6.0. And then 6.1. 6.2. Right? No. 6.0. So 6.0, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but the point stands. Like, the game has jumps in players every new patch cycle. Just because we're not in the next patch cycle doesn't mean it's going anywhere. Wait and see. We'll see a player jump in, days' time. It's just people have tuned out now. It's other game time right now. But once the new patch is here, back to 14, back to the grind. I don't know. Otherwise, chat, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed my content, I would greatly appreciate a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Okay, so there's the video. If you do the math, the jumps and then drops, they almost always come out with net players. Exactly. So I don't see the problem. There is no, like, let's be real, it's Monster Hunter stealing players. Exactly, it's Monster Hunter. It's, more specifically, it is flat out Monster Hunter. So, I don't know. Yeah. It is completely Monster Hunter. I can zoom out my browsers now. I had everything zoomed in for the article. Actually, I had other things I was going to read, but I kind of went into it. I didn't need to read the articles from like The Gamer or Dual Shockers. Like, I really didn't. Because the Steam chart really, really pushed my point. So, again, the game is doing fine. It's not losing players. If we were getting to a point for 14 where we were hitting like below 19,000, then I would start panicking. I'd be like, oh god, that's bad. But we're at 24,000 still. I was the closest stream when I heard the end. Yeah, no, that was just the end of the video. All right, we're still here. We're gonna play Final Fantasy 6. Don't worry, we're here to game. We're here to game. I just wanted to get that video like recorded. So don't worry, we're gonna game. Oh, time to make dinner. Go inside then. All right, perfect. Otherwise, we're gonna do the next thing in 6. I'm gonna try and have that video ready to go tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. Destiny is the same. It sees bumps in content drops and sinks in the off period. Exactly. Especially every live service game. These people all think doom and gloom, like, oh my god, if the game sees one player drop off, the game is dying. Oh god, oh no. When that's not the case. It's a live service game. When people are done with the content, like I was doing stuff in 14 today. I was doing stuff with other players today. It's fine. There's like, I'm still doing Blue Mage content. I'm still doing Triple Triad. I'm still doing my Mount grind. I'm still doing content I have not done. So these people all act like, oh my god, the game is dying because there's no content. There's content to do. You just haven't done it all. Like, unlike some other live service games where it's like, okay, well, we're going to remove your content here. We're going to do this. 14, the only content it removes is events, like your Valentine's event, your Christmas, your Halloween, your events like that, your summer event. Those go away. But actual content, so you're like your point zero, your point ones, your point whatever's, that content is still there. All the content from A Realm Reborn is still there. From A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Dodgeville, everything is there. Absolutely everything is still in the game. So there's no reason to think that this is a problem. It's not. Now, if they started sunsetting content like Destiny does, then we'd probably see a drop in players and be like, oh god, this is bad. But it's not. Anyway. Alright. Time to do Sabin's thing. Chocobo. Are you a traveler too? You don't happen to know how I can get to Narsh, do you? I got separated from my friends. The Empire has set up camp just beyond the forest to the east. The Empire? What are they doing here? They seem to have their eyes on Doma Castle. So Doma's next, huh? But I need to get to Narsh right away. The only road passes through Doma. I can take you there if you'd like. Just know that I may decide to leave you at any time. Yeah, sure. Death is only ever a step behind me. Cryptic. Alright. Who are you? Howdy there. I run a mobile item shop of sorts in these parts. Everyone around here knows me. You're, not from around here, are you? No matter. Need anything? Yes. Give me some shurikens. Give me 10. Why not? I have the money for it. People peeved real hard on sunsetting. It reasons why it's important to keep a game's file size manageable. Optimize your game's devs. Exactly. I'm gonna buy a couple of tents. A couple. Give me a couple Phoenix down so I get 5. And we'll go to 20 potions. I think we're good. We're not going to equip Shadow, because again, as he said, he could leave anytime. But... and you can have that, and then... sure, why not? You can have the ribbon. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the buckler. I guess it doesn't... well, I don't know, we'll see. And he left. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Follow the one-way path on the overworld to the Doma Imperial Camp, which is in a tiny patch of desert. And where is that? Ah, right here. Okay. So, for those who don't know, I'm going to actually go to, I'm actually going to talk about Final Fantasy 14 here. When they talk about Doma and, like, the Imperial occupation of Doma, this is actually a story also told in Final Fantasy 14 through its Stormblood expansion. Okay. In Imperial camp, there is an awfully lot of soldiers here. Hey, did you hear? Oh, you mean, keep your voice down. If Kefka catches us, we're toast. They say Kefka's plotting to oust General Leo and take command of the army. Don't even joke about something like that. If that freak becomes our general, I'll quit. But if he hears you, you'll be locked up. Alright, alright. Hello, Kefka. Here he comes. Quick, back to your post. Keep a sharp lookout, Yes, sir, Kefka, sir. What a pleasant surprise. How are you today, sir? Please spare me your petty small talk. Just do your job. Don't let me catch you slacking or I'll make you regret being born. If we listen to you, you pompous little... What's wrong with that guy anyway? He's like General Leo, got all the good qualities a man could have, and Kefka got stuck with the leftovers. I've just told you to keep it down. How many times are you gonna make me say it? You gotta be more careful. General Leo may be a decent man, but Kefka, that guy's twisted. Tell me about it. You there, we're about to storm the castle. The two of you will join the assault squad and get moving. Okay, well. Dodge! Okay. It's hopeless, we can't keep them out for long. So this is it. Oh, this song! I know this song. This song's in 14. A noble warrior of a foreign land, a faithful retainer, and his lord and master. He fears not even death. Cyan. If we can but fell their commander, they should break rank and withdraw. I shall meet him on the field of battle. Sir Cyan, please defeat their commander. I am Cyan, retainer of the King of Doma. Ready thine axe. Oh, is he a samurai? Yeah, he's a samurai. Okay. Holy shit! Okay. The captains are defeated. Retreat! Withdraw into the castle. We shall wait within as well while our enemies grow tired without. Okay. Everyone's HP isn't good. Bye. They don't care. Upper. Anyway, loot. Ow. Oh, must have heard that. Can you two, like, attack the same one? That would be great. Want to hear a joke that out of stock graphics cards? I mean, sure. I'm not going to say no. General Leo, sir, the Domans appear content to play with the waiting game. So they're using their favorite strategy. General, we're ready to storm the castle as soon as you give the order. Patience. If we attack now, there will be too many unnecessary casualties. But General, I'm prepared to lay down my life for the Empire anytime. You're from Miranda, are you not? I mean, yes, sir, I am, but why do you ask, sir? You would have me go there and deliver the news that you're passing to your family? What would I say when I handed them your sword? How could I even look at them? You're a human being before you're a soldier? Don't be so eager to throw away your life. Emperor Gestahl wouldn't want you to die for nothing. Carry pigeon arrived from Emperor Gestahl. What? The Emperor summons me. I must return at once. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Don't listen to me. Don't rush things. That's all I ask. Whoosh. Great joke. Battle trumpets, exactly. That's General Leo. He may be an enemy, but he seems like a decent man. And there's Kafka. Once Leo's gone, I can turn this water into a flowing river of poison. Anyone who touches it will be pushing up daisies. But the Emperor has called me back home. Try not to cause any trouble in my absence. Take care of things faster than you ever would. Nothing dirty, Kafka. They may be our enemies, but they're still human beings. Try not to forget that. We need to show mercy to those who side with the returners, which is good because I never seem to have any of the stuff. Yes, you just go off and be a good little boy. Is the poison ready? But General Leo said, Leo's not here anymore, I'm in charge now, so fork it over. Some of our people are being held prisoner inside the castle. If any of them were to drink the water, who cares? So the ones who are stupid enough to get caught by the enemy. You're inhuman. Pass it every turn. Guess I'll have to take care of you. Should I healed? Youch. Kefka, wait. Wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter? All right, let's see. We're gonna do this real quick. No, items. Kefka, the bad touch clown. I don't know, wouldn't that be Akko? Oh. Monster in a box. What monster? A satellite. I know these enemies. They're also in 14. Kefka's cartoon evil? Exactly, he is. I mean, Kefka is definitely among one of the most iconic, like, enemies in Final Fantasy, period. But Akko is Kefka. Oh my god. It's very true. Akko is Kefka. An alarm sounds. Oh no. I will use the next turn healing Sabin. Yeah, this would have been really hard without Shadow. Who is nicer than Kefka? Yeah. Of course that missed. Ow! Bull. Bullshit. Okay, Mithril Glove. So wait, what does... Is this defense? Okay, so yeah, Mithril Gloves are just better. Alright, cool. Barrier ring. Okay, now we can chase down Kefka. Alright, let's do another quick save. You just don't know when to give up, do you? Not really, no. How long do you expect me to put up with this? Next time I won't hold back. This is getting tiresome. Hey, you, handle the rest. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah, none of them were actually hard. Nothing beats the sweet music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. Sir Cyan. There's a great deal of activity in the Imperial camp. They may be preparing for another assault. The water is now purple. Does the water not look a bit odd? Yeah, the water is purple. Oh, well, he fell in. He's just gone. He's done. It must be poison. Some shock and awe. Low down, contemptible Kefka. Warn the king. Alright, let me do another quick save. Yeah, he is a samurai. Okay. Your Majesty, who's there? Oh. Diane, Your Excellency. My sight is failing. I cannot see your face. Excellency, please, you must be strong. Purple. Maybe Kefka is Akko. As an idea, I'm just gonna do this. Hold on. You an AVIF file. Pa, 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 pa. We'll use this as a for the time being. Like chat. No, not that one. Nope. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. And then we do this. Nope. Here. Right. Where is it? I can just do this. Hold on. worth it for the joke. Like, chat, the resemblance is uncanny. Oh, how could Kofko do this? Oh. Oh, that's a little big. No, we don't want to do that. We want to do this. There we go. You defended this realm since the days of my father before me. I thank you for your service. Forgive me. Forgive me, I failed to protect our kingdom. The fault lies not with you. I fear for your family. Chest burns with every breath. Save your strength. And he is gone. He's dead. My god, have Akko and Kefka been in the same room together? No. Kefka is chaotic evil. Akko is just chaotic horny. Very true. Very, very true. There may still be survivors in the castle. Let's split up and search. Can I go this way? There's a remedy. Okay. Wait, this one? No, okay. That, yeah. So either one didn't matter. Was it this one? Yes. This is unpardonable. Retainer to the King of Doma. Enemy, all men to your positions. Probably shouldn't know that. That hurt. That might actually hurt. Did it? Okay, hold on. I was full health. No, okay. Alright, well, well, how do you want me to help him? Oh, okay, you walk behind him. Oh, that dog is a problem. I'm so glad I don't have to fight Shadow. There'll be no mercy for these. He was next. They're tougher than they would appear. Who poisoned the river? I know who. That was Kefka. The dog might just do all my work for me. I am in thy debt. Under all, I am Sabin from the kingdom of Figaro. Should get out of here. But I must avenge my family and my countrymen. If we stick around any longer, we'll have an entire regiment down our throats. There they are, this way. Oh boy, I have an idea. Follow me. It was Akko. Akko poisoned the river. Okay. Bye, Shadow. What manner of armored beast might these be? I'll explain later, just climb in. So, Sabin, how does one manipulate these abominations? Oh, for... Now are getting quite... to be quite a pain in the grate. Now I'm gonna start to talk like you. Listen, see that lever? The one right by your hand? Push it down. For Sabin, it appears to be in reverse. God. Oh, no. Yeah, come on. What do you think you're doing? Ah. So at least let's bust our way out of here. Oh, good. Shadow's still with us. He just wants to go get his own thing. Let's get another round of healing in. Diane. Oh, excuse me. Yep. Oh, we gave him a high potion. Good. Dog? Dog time. Dog just ripped him a new one still. We love dog time. Excuse me. Okay, I think we should be safe now. So how do we get to Narsh from here? Narsh. I believe the only route passes through the forest to the south. All right. We're gonna go into the woods. I guess we won't be needing these hunks of scrap metal anymore. Let's get going. Oh, Science coming with us. Okay. Consider making a backup save. Don't make a save there. Why not? We'll make 2 saves. We'll listen to the guide. We'll make a backup save. Okay. All right. So. Oh, that's Doma. Okay. That is flat out Doma Castle. My God, look at all that purple water. God damn, Kefka. Where is Narsh? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. That's from 1 potion. This world is scary. Yeah. Well, Kefka's also a mage, so. Like, I would assume this is it, but it's not. Well, oh, wait, wait, hold on. I think I see maybe something else. Because we can go. Yep, here we go. All right. All right. Let's make a quick save. In fact, let me leave the forest. All right. Encounter's on, so we can. Okay, fair enough. Recovery spring. Oh, good. That means everyone's back up to proper stuff. it's slow. Oh. Now we wait. Yeah, about that recovery spring. Okay. There's the train. A train? I thought all Doma's railways had been destroyed in the fighting. There could be survivors. Let's take a look. Hey, looks like we can get in through here. They're saving. We can't just wander around here out here all day. We have to check inside. Don't worry, it'll only take a second. What's with this place? Let's leave it once. This is the Phantom train. It's moving. Let's get off this train at once. The door won't open. Oh, good. I fear we are too late. What did you say this train was? This is the Phantom train. It carries the souls of the departed to their final destination. Wait a second. You're saying this train is giving us a one-way ride to the afterlife? Unless we find a way off, I'm afraid that is exactly where we will end up. Well, I'm afraid that's a trip I'm going to have to pass on. If it won't let us get off, then we'll stop it ourselves. Wait for the engine. Okay. What's with this guy? He seems to want to accompany us. Bring the ghost along. We have a ghost with us. They're all blank. This train carries the dead to the afterlife. It's a little tough to be making timetables with as much conflict in the world as there is right now. Fair. What is this for? Why don't we just see what happens when you pull it? Because I think it'd be best not to touch that. Touch. Hand must have slipped. You are truly insufferable. Diane, you're not scared, are you? What does that even mean? Not as though I have an aversion to machines, or try to stay as far away from them as humanly possible, or anything like that. Diane, so you're afraid of machines. We'll give it away. Okay. Oh, this is a fight. Okay. I messed that up. It's fine. Howdy, folks. I've got the top quality items at rock bottom prices. No reason I'll recharge now. It's not like you can take it with you. Fair. I have 11 of these. I'm gonna grab a couple more Phoenix Downs because I will need those. There we go. Made a total of 15 high potions. The reason not to talk to every ghost. I mean, it's either XP or it's items. No, we can't because we already have one with us. All right. Yeah, same stuff. Okay. Here anything I can sell? Wonderful. Oh, excuse me. Okay, he can come with. No escape. Goodbye, ghost friend. Alright, let's see. Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no escape for you. Up. Which... They just don't let up. I believe we reached a dead end, Sir Saban. You could jump it. Alright. Has that an idea? Yes. Time has come to put my train into use. Come, Cyan. Eh. They couldn't still be They just don't let up. We'll have to detach the rear cars. Okay, well, how detach? Probably that way. That would probably do it. Well, bye. That should be the end of that. For now. All right. I love the Spook Train. Spook Train is so good. Oh, that opens the door. Okay. How am I on healing? Oh, that's the case. I know there's actually healing coming up. That's fine. A singular ghost. Yeah, he can come. Hold on. I want that. Mine. Chat, give me just a moment. I need to use the restroom. Okay. Oh, chat. While I am like this, I do have a question for chat. If my model would like to function again, please. Anyway, Who here is capable of fighting? Okay, it's a three-layer question. One, who here is Monster Hunter World on PC? And two, who here is, I guess, two-layered. Okay. Who here has Monster Hunter World on PC? And two, who here is capable, if so, if you have answered number one with a yes, is capable of fighting Behemoth in World? I ask because I want to work on a video and I'd like to include the Behemoth fight in that video. And I could ask for someone else's footage, but I would like to record the footage. I am also going to put this question down in the Discord after stream. So, if no one can, that's fine. I'm just curious. I'm poor. My internet is worse than Akka's. Oh no. Damn. Anyway. Okay. Now that we have that, let's go back and... Food. Bring me everything you've got. Is this train's food truly safe to eat? What are you worried about? Can't wage war on an empty stomach. Do what thou wilt, sir. I'm sure there's no stopping thee. Narf. HP and MP restored. Status effects removed. Shall we get moving? Okay. Alright, let me do a quick save. Hold it right there. What? I am Siegfried, the greatest swordsman in all the world. And that treasure belongs to me. If I were you, you over-muscled moose, I'd grab Grandpa there and run away while you still can. Greatest windbag is more like it. You're the one who had best beat a brave retreat. Oh God. What? Brazen words for a man about to be spit upon my blade like a plump and juicy pig. On God. Anyway, oh no, you pissed off the dog. Dude, you're missing so many. Dude. Had enough yet? Bitch. Oh! I'm sorry, maybe bitch was too, on the nose. You bitch. Mine. Be sure ass fair and square for that. Hey. Stop with the fire. Obtained a tent. Wait, really? Hold on. Okay. We can't, I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yep, we are 100% saving here. Monster in a box? Oh. Ah? Ow? Okay. Hyper wrist. Alright. I'm gonna heal again, just in case, because... Ow. Just ow. Phoenix down, Sniper Eye, and Phoenix down. What's Sniper Eye do? Oh. That's nice. And how about Hyper wrist? I saw that earlier. Boost the wearer's strength. Alright, fair. That's actually pretty good. Alright. Do we have every... Yes, we have everything. Okay. Can I see, like, a bestiary? I don't think so. But I don't care about, like, the bestiary. That's fine. Alright. Farewell, ghost friend. Goodbye. We've lost our ghost friend. I healed you for nothing. It's fine. All right. Everyone is doing fine. We're gonna do a proper save here. This is your compartment. We gotta find a way to stop this thing fast. All right. Flip the first, third levers. And the last lever near the smokestack. Neat. Okay. The train is up, we throw the switch. You're the ones who've been slowing me down. Diabolic whistle. Oh no. All right, here. Right, left, up, down, up, A. All right, we'll suplex the train, just for good measure. And then, Phoenix down the Phantom Train to, like, you know, that's a wheel. Why'd you chuck a wheel at me? All right, we're going to Phoenix down on Shadow, and then with Cyan, we're gonna Phoenix down the train because Phoenix down. Okay, it just works. Yeah, well, there's a train. Oh, we have no XP anyway. It's fine. I will let you go, but first, there is something I must do. Which is... Are you dropping it off somewhere? Yep, you are. Okay. Thank you. See, we've arrived. Yay. Why was I tagged? Oh, okay. All right, I've got like several notifications. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, nothing important. Oh, okay. Glad to be off that thing. Also, did you just beat this world's Grim Reaper? Yes. Essentially, yes. The faster we leave that train behind, the better. Agreed. I saw his wife and kid on that. Yep. Elaine, Owain. No, bad. Was that your wife and son? The train is leaving. Yeah, it's ferrying the dead. Please wait. My love, you made me so happy. Thank you. I'll keep practicing my sword so I can keep Mom safe. I probably should, like, I don't know. Do that. Let's leave him be. Big Sag. Alright, let me now revive Cyan. Okay. So we have seen Shadow will leave. Wood hug. Huh? I love how it's like bug, whatever the hell that thing is, and then just cat. Why is Cyan red? No wonder he could see them. He was dead the whole time. Well, maybe. Why are you? He's just a little. It's literally a stray cat. It's just a little guy. It is a little guy. We love him. Why? My phone's 100%. My phone does not need to be plugged in. Anyway, I just looked back at OBS and my model is just like, what? Anyway. Cave to Barren Falls. Okay. This must be Barren Falls. At the south of here lies the Veldt. It is a wild and dangerous land inhabited by all manner of ferocious beasts. If we turn around and go back, the Empire will be waiting for us. Village of Mobilets lies on the eastern coast. If we can make it through the Veldt, we should, or we could, head there. I have served my purpose. Shadow. If you're help, let's team again sometime. Goodbye, Shadow. Kind of looks like Dawn Trail. Like realistically, like looking at this, it looks like Dawn Trail. Like here, I'm gonna do this as an example. That way you all can see what I mean by this. That's fine. Nope. And no. Yes. There we go. Like, it kind of looks like it. Kinda. All right, well, let's pop a quick save. Jump right in. Fish! And he's no longer red. That's good. Okay. That's another boss down. That's what, 3 bosses this one stream? Even though not really an important one. Oh, Dad, if you like the oh, those are both broken. Why are... Huh. Now both my YouTube and Twitch buttons are broken on my Stream Deck. Okay, well, if you like the content I produce, chat, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, join the Discord and the X, or follow me on X. Those are down in the description below. So, greatly helps. And we're getting ever closer to 400 subs. So any new subscribers is greatly appreciated and getting us ever closer to apply for affiliate. So I greatly appreciate it. A youth draped in monster hides, his eyes shining with a warm and gentle light. Yow. Chill hour? It is chill hour. Yes. Who are you? Goodbye. Okay. How close are we to finishing off? Let's finish. We'll finish off Sabin's scenario, and then we'll go ahead and probably call it. We're not done yet. Give it more time. Okay. What is this? There's like a little thing here. Bubblets. Wait, do we have actual upgrades here? Can we make upgrades here? Yeah, we can. All right. No reason not to. Yeah, it's a 10-point damage increase. Cyan, that's a 9-point. That's okay. Still, you know, decent amount. What about armor? Any, like, upgrades overall? No, all right. Local ventures come to town to stimulate the economy. Exactly. Not yet. Hold on. I guess it's not a bad thing. I mean, I could, but it's what? I could buy 4. All right, well, we'll do some inventory management then. We'll spend a little bit of time doing that. Everywhere they go, the local weapon armorsmith gets rich. Not inaccurate. We don't need 3 bucklers. But then again, how is he? I mean, we must just have all the money. Air knife, metal. I don't need the metal knuckles anymore. Iron armor stays, ribbon stays, knife stays, like all that stuff stays. What's that do? It's just magic up. All right. Well, we're okay. We have 1,000. It's not better than what we were at. Well, after buying all this stuff. All right. Oh, here's the item merchant. And I need dried meat. How many do I need to buy? Buy a few. All right, we'll buy 5. That's a few. There's no clock in this one, so it's definitely at the right house. Move. Okay, there we go. You know what? We'll farm for Gil. And, I don't feel guilty. I really don't. We'll do a little bit of grinding. Like, I learned it especially in 5. I just don't feel guilty for using the boost. Like, it doesn't ruin the experience of the game. Wow. Did I not gain any money? Is there no point to grinding here? What? Hold on. No, that's 512 gil. All right. We'll try and get another 500 to 1,000 gil, and then we'll stop grinding. And I'm here for the money, not. Can I give him? What a peculiar child. I am Cyan, and this is Sir Sabin. You Sabin, you Cyan. Me want more food. Sorry, all gone. You go get more for me. You're a regular little munchkin, aren't you? You afraid of me. Want some of this? Me not want to hurt you. Stop looking at me like that. Sabin, you're not helping matters. Have fun, you strong. Oh, good for the cheap viewers. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of the bot. Let me get rid of the bot. Where is... There you... Cease. And get rid of you. Goodbye. Okay. Thou? Thou, thou. Thou, thou. Thou, thou? Thou, thou. You angry? His family was just... Will thou join us? Thou give you present. Thou give Cyan and Sabin nice present. Thanks for food. Right, what manner of rubbish do you suppose it's gonna give us? I hate Gao already. Gao's treasure, shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. How shiny can this junk be? Mr. Thou, like shiny thing? Mr. Thou's that one over there. A shiny thing. Locke's gonna be jealous when he hears about this. Who Locke? He bad man? Maybe he tried to steal Gao's treasure. I believe he's trying to tell us something. Fine, well, what is it? Here, shiny thing here. Where Sabin is, that Moblitz? Cyan stand place wherever bring you. Cow stand crescent mountain. Moon-shaped mountain, shiny thing there. Well, then, shall we be off? We might as well see what this is at this crescent mountain of his. Oh, Gao is interesting. We leave you behind. Gao is mildly annoying. Here's how to build up Gao's skills. 1. During battle, choose Leap, a command that appears only when you are on the Veldt. 2. Keep fighting on the Veldt, and eventually Gao will reappear. When he reappears, he will have learned the attacks of the monsters you were fighting when he leapt, as well as those you were fighting when he returned. So he's kind of like a blue mage. I would use him as a projectile. Okay. Well, we need at least another 500 gil. Yeah. Very much blue mage. I hated this guy. He is interesting, to say the least. Okay, that's 1,000. It's way more than I needed, which I don't disapprove. Okay. All right, there's a main quest here for the Tintinabalum relic. House. Was he the one in the bed? Hold on. Because I saw this guy in the bed. Hold on. I'm a soldier from Miranda. When our town fell to the Empire, I was forced to join the Imperial Army. I tried to flee rather than help them attack Doma. But they came after me. I barely escaped alive. Now I can't even move. Never see Lola again. The letter on the desk. Would you be kind enough to bring it to me? There are even more Imperial soldiers walking the streets of Miranda these days, but things are peaceful otherwise. Flowers in the garden will soon bloom and announce the arrival of spring. How are you holding up? Your condition worries me to no end. I so wish that I could fly to your side and be with you. Please think not only of getting better, and try not to push yourself too hard. Rest knowing that I spend every day thinking only of you, and wish I could see you. And I started her back, but I don't even have the strength to pick up a pen. Okay, so what, here and then here? You want to send a letter to Lola for that injured soldier? Yeah, sure. Okay, so wait, we need to talk to a shopkeep. God, these people are like moving so fast, it's annoying. Okay, we talked to the shopkeep. You bring it to me. I can't find your favorite record. I thought if I played it, I might feel like you were here with me again. Okay, so now we go talk to the shopkeep guy, or not shopkeep, this guy again. Pay another 500 gil. Yes. Then we do shopkeep. The hell? Okay. We do that. That. Oh. Mother is taken ill and we can't afford to buy medicine. If only we had some more potion. Alright, well now we send potions. Okay. Then shopkeep. Talk. Leave. Letter. I haven't heard from you for some time now. I'm beginning to worry. Shopkeep. Can I sell anything for like a good chunk of change? Hell no. Welcome, Fallen. Needles, antidotes. No, I'm not selling those. It's not happening, game. You can't make me. I could probably sell a couple of tents. I don't need them as much, and it will keep this without having to go grind. Even though it's not a problem. Move. Move. Oh, these NPCs. But to ask if I can send you DC 20 update before I actually send it. Well, I saw it and thank you. Mission of booking your last letter. Someday you'll have to let me read it. And then we go back. We go send. But yeah, no, I appreciate you sending that my way, Fullen. I will need to look it over. Send a book. Shopkeep. Oh, how much money will we actually need? This is so much gil. Oh, that might actually been it. I heard you've been sending Lola all kinds of things in my name. I wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Centinabulum. Alright, well, what is that? A collar with a small bell that rings as the wearer walks. Restores some HP with each step taken. Neat. No problem. It'll take a while before they finish it. Fantastic. Okay. So there's that. Oh god, I am. Oh. Okay. We're getting close to being done with this. Like I said, that part's long. Oh, God. Ugh. All right, let's see. All right. There's that little side quest done. Let's rest. Now that we have an opportunity to do it. Ugh. Um, that shiny thing of Gauss is in here. And where exactly might it be found, Sir Gao? Gao, forget! Ay. Shall we look around? It seems we have no choice. Okay. West, you'll get a potion. No, but I'll take a potion. So that one, I'm gonna do this real quick, because if I don't get anything from it, I'm gonna reload the save. Now, you little... Save and please let it go, for all of our sakes. Oh well. You know what? 500, I will make that money back. It's not a problem. Just frustrating. That's fine. Alright. And then there's this one. Doesn't seem to be over here. Is this it? The shiny treasure? Treasure. This ought to be a dirty glass bowl. Kind of looks like it would fit over your head. I wonder if we could use this. Well, let's breathe underwater. Alright, let's go. These rapids look quite rapid. No kidding. Only way to make it in time, meet up with the others. Alright, let's go. All right. Take the right fork both times. There might be Akkus in that river. There might be. Oh, my neck is actually starting to hurt. I did something to my neck the other day. I don't know what I did. Ugh. That's fine. I will deal. That works. Oh, Sabin leveled up finally. X potion. And then we'll want to take the right pathway one more time. Hulk. That's right. Make the Jungle Boy shoot lasers. Ah, okay. And then this should be a green beret. Okay, and that should be the last of what, like, the items in the Serpent Trench, which is where we are. Okay. The Mithril Spear. Sure, I'll pick that up. He gets knocked out a lot? I think he might have brain damage. You might be right. I have 5 of those, so I'm good there. Yeah, give me one of those. Give me one of those. Give me 2 of those. One of those. Two of those. Well, that actually might just be better. Yeah. I saw the relic shop down here. Prevents imp and silence, prevents poison and darkness, prevents poison. 5,000 though. I'll buy that. Oh, hold on. No, hold on. I'm not done with you. And then... Oh, I have a white cape. No, yeah, right. Ugh. There we go. No, wait, hold on. Give me that. All right, cool. All right, and then the inn. Where's the inn? Oh, inn's right here. No, wait, this is the bar. How dare thee, pretentious howler. Let me a stick in the mud. Let's have some fun. How you like these? I called this one Humpty and this one Dumpty. I like them a lot. Humpty Dumpty. And you're being too thin-skinned. Now are unaffected by these charms. One of the benefits in all my years of aesthetic training. Don't leave me standing here all alone. A woman should have modesty. And decency. And... oh, Cyan. I like Humpty and Dumpty. Humpty and Dumpty is very good. Anyway. Oh, the end's up there. Okay, well, that scene was worth it. He's been defeated by boobs. By the boob. Exactly. Here's the clock. Here we go. There's an elixir. I think we're good. We could probably stand to heal, but I'm good. All right, now we're done. We can just go to the boat. We're done. Let me do... where is it? There you are. Anyways, I'm gonna grab that just in case. And then... Alright, bounds. Yeah, we're done. We done. Narsh is just a stone's throw away. What if the others arrive safely? I'm sure they did. Wow. Oh, wow. Here's a scenario, Kupo. Make sure I have that. All right. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to call it for this week on Final Fantasy. I will be back tomorrow. I have not decided. Probably still, I want to do Helldivers. So maybe tomorrow we'll do Helldivers. We'll see. I will let you all know in Discord. Again, if you want to know when I go live, I would greatly appreciate it when you join the Discord. That is the best place to know when I go live. But I am better about posting on Twitter or X. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow, same time, so 3 p.m. Pacific. I will be on tomorrow. Otherwise, chat, you all have a wonderful time. Where should I send you all? Who be live? Who be alive? Who be live? Amal? What's Amal doing? Oh, is Amal simping over JD Vance? Oh, Amal's doing a JD Vance pass, passion pass. All right. All right. All right. We'll send you all over to Amalgamite. You all have fun. Give Amalgamite my love. I'm gonna pop in chat for a couple minutes with her. Otherwise, chat, you all have a wonderful time, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one, chat.